So I just watched Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back for the very first time, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I waited so long to start this series. I really enjoyed watching A New Hope for my first ever Star Wars movie. I have to say, everything I loved about that movie, I feel like is just even better in this film, and now I'm totally hooked. This film gives me all the characters I loved from the first film, like Luke, Leia, Han. It gave them all better storylines, I feel, better times to shine, better relationships with each other.
Sir, I've isolated the reverse power flux coupling.
Thank you.
Like, I really enjoyed Han's and Leia's kind of the love-hate relationship they had going, and just the dynamic that Chewie and C-3PO brought to that group. I also really like getting to actually see Han's smarts with him kind of avoiding Darth Vader and their hunt for a while, but also how his overconfidence kind of was their downfall too. I also really love Luke going off to find Yoda. I thought that was just a whole cool storyline, and it really just kept setting up for the final of this movie. Darth Vader is back and better than ever. Once again, this is just another thing I feel like just got elevated from the last film. It would be nice if I didn't know about the big twist of Darth Vader being Luke Skywalker's father, because I probably would have had my jaw hit the floor, but obviously, even though I've never seen these films, everybody has seen and heard of that clip, so sadly that surprise was not intact for me. It didn't really take away from my enjoyment of the film, but it did make me think how crazy this must have been watching in theaters for the first time, the reactions that people must have had. But luckily, other than that, I really barely know anything else Star Wars related. I think I know a few more spoiler things that are gonna maybe happen, but I have no idea any context really. And it honestly is just a refreshing movie. I am fully indulged in this universe now. It has hooked me with the second one. Whereas A New Hope, I did love that film, but some of the campiness kind of shows. I feel like its age shows a little bit more. And some reason for this film, I don't know, it just feels a little bit darker, a little bit more serious. And obviously it still kind of has that 80s campiness and feel to it, but I feel like it toned it down a little bit, got a little bit more serious and a little bit of a darker tone, and all for the better. I just found this movie so compelling. I also have to say I really enjoyed this movie also just being a flat like 2 hours. It is just so refreshing to just see a nice concise story. We have our characters that we follow. There's not a million of them. We're not here for 2.5 hours like every movie nowadays. It's nice to just get in and out of this movie. You get a complete story. I absolutely loved it. And I also just love the atmosphere of this world that we're getting. Like, Hoth is just such a cool planet. I don't remember Lando's planet, but whatever that is. I just love the different looks everything has, the different aesthetics. It just builds this world so well and gives everywhere such a distinct feel. So yeah, you can probably tell I absolutely love this movie. And for me, this gets a 10 out of 10. So what I need you to do is hit subscribe, make sure to check out my New Hope reaction if you haven't seen that yet on screen now, and stay tuned. I'm going to go through all the Star Wars movies, probably the Clone Wars and Disney Plus shows, so stick around for my journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.